Okay, and this time I'm going to read the author's note with a southern accent.
Well, first, Chapter 9, A Letter at Dinner.
Author's note. Hello, friends. I apologize for how long it took to get this chapter out, but I have good news. Starting tonight, I will be taking a beginner's writing course at the local community college. Through all the hate from evolutionists, feminists, and Romanists,
Ah, so
there
you're
has been
admitting
some...
that you're against feminism then?
Well, she already has pointed that out, yes. There has been some legitimate criticism of my writing skills. My mother did her best, and she certainly did teach me a lot. But grammar was not her area of expertise. It's taken some convincing. The hubby wasn't sure I'd have time to get everything done if I start taking this class, but I've written up a schedule, and I think we can make it work. Equal close parentheses.
1 week into the school year, Harry was gradually getting used to the everyday routines at Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles. There was breakfast in the Great Hall every morning, and then there was a prayer session led by the Reverend. The Slytherins went off to have their own prayer sessions in their own way, and the Hufflepuffs and Ravenclaws prayed with the Gryffindors. But the Hufflepuffs complained about the Reverend quoting the Bible. And the Ravenclaws complained that the Reverend didn't seem to really hate sinners. He just hated sin. After the prayer session, the little ones all went to their classes. There were regular math and English classes, of course, although they were of a higher caliber than one would find in public school. And then there were Bible studies and Christian history. So, this Hogwarts actually has math and English classes. Well, that's good. It's kind of bizarre that the actual Hogwarts doesn't have any such actual useful courses like that.
Yeah.
Like, who cares about learning to calculate stuff or learning to speak? Learning how to transform cups into animals is way more important.
Well, admittedly, they end up reading through so many textbooks in that school that I think they kind of end up doing a lot of reading anyway.
Well, yeah, but still. But anyway, we shouldn't be criticizing the actual Harry Potter here. I mean, we are reading a horrible fanfiction. After that was lunch in the Great Hall. After lunch were more classes about American history, never mind the fact that Hogwarts is in Scotland. And constitutional law, I refer you to my previous comment, and the missionary training. After these classes was was dinner in the Great Hall, after which the students had free time. It was just such a dinner that Harry was eating now. He was sitting with his new friends, Hermione, Ronald, and Dean Thomas. This food certainly is delicious, Harry observed gratefully. And he was savoring a bite of perfectly roasted chicken.
Now, just to point out about Dean Thomas here, didn't he usually hang out with the Weasleys in the books? Wasn't he, like, best friends with Fred and George?
Well,
I distinctly recall him hanging out with Fred and George a lot. He was like the third Weasley twin, almost. Oh well. Go ahead.
it really is. Dean Thomas concurred intelligently. He was dressed quite respectably today. And he was wearing a button-up shirt and clean blue jeans. And his hair was neatly combed. Hermione nodded in agreement, and the yellow bow she had tied her back with bounced up and down. Ronald grinned widely. Yes.
Hermione wearing a hair bow?
Well, we have already established that these characters are nothing like their canon counterparts. You know, maybe we should go ahead with just giving everyone completely different names, or maybe I should just apply a not to all of their names. So, not Hermione, nodded in agreement. and the yellow bow she had tied her hair back with bounced up and down. Not Ronald grinned widely, but remained silent as he shoved another handful of deep-fried Brussels sprouts into his little mouth.
Why does he always eat with his hands? Oh wait, it's because he's Catholic.
Yes, this fanfic is so extremely subtle with the characters we're supposed to disagree with. Sorry, I think I just died from too much sarcasm in there. Not Ronald ate breakfast and lunch with his family, but he was eating more and more dinners with these Gryffindor friends of his. It never ceased to amaze him just how nice they were to him, even though he wore a different hat. A little unconditional friendship can really go a long way in a person's heart. It was then that a bunch of beautiful people with wings wearing glowing white robes swooped in through the Great Hall's huge windows. Yellow halos hovered over their heads. And they wore brown leather satchels around their shoulders. They gracefully reached into their satchels and gloriously flung envelopes down to the students below.
Why are they getting the mail during dinner? Never mind. Anyway.
The mail's here, not Dean Thomas observed accurately, and he shielded his eyes with his hands as he gazed up in wonder. Not Harry propped his chin up on his hand and dreamily watched these magnificent postmen distribute their wares. He did so love to look at angels. You know, someone pointed out, doesn't the Bible typically describe angels as being more, like, horrifying to look at or something?
I mean, it depends on your interpretation, but a lot of the times, angels are terrifying.
Yeah, even in, like, Shin Megami Tensei, which takes a more literal interpretation of the Bible, the angels are just about as terrifying as the demons.
I'm just going to assume that the angels here are in fact the angels from Evangelion.
Right.
Oh, that's a mental image.
Or, wait, do these angels secretly rule everything, but their existence is unofficial, and it's a crime to mention that, or is that something else?
No, these angels have no purpose besides being male men.
I was thinking of that, because, frankly...
You do not know about the hierarchy of angels, and angels do not exist. Anyway, let us continue.
Harry was surprised when a letter fluttered down to him, and it landed lightly on the table in front of him. He had never gotten a letter before. He smiled innocently at the angel who had delivered it, and the angel waved back.
And then Harry's head exploded.
Would you look at that? Not Dean Thomas uttered fluently. You got a letter, Harry.
Dean Thomas really is Captain Obvious in this story.
Yes, and everything he says is intelligent and perfectly pronounced.
I get an awkward feeling that this is because in the original books, isn't he, you know, black?
Yes. So
isn't she possibly saying that he's exceptional for his ethnicity because he speaks articulately?
No, she is trying to prove that she is not being racist, because look at how brilliantly I'm portraying this black person.
Also, doesn't he normally have dreadlocks in the original story?
Actually, was that Dean Thomas? I'm not really sure we're thinking of the same person here. I could have sworn that was actually someone else, but...
I'm pretty sure
Dean Thomas was one of Harry's classmates, though.
I don't know, I'm just remembering... I'll have to double check the books, because it was whoever normally did the announcing for Quidditch. I might be thinking of someone else.
Yeah, the Quidditch announcer was definitely not in Harry's year, and Dean Thomas was in fact in Harry's year, so...
Yeah, I'm probably wrong.
Anyway, where was I? Alright. With excited or did I already read that? But,
oh no, I am thinking of someone else.
With excited hands, Not Harry broke the seal and took out the parchment that was inside the envelope. He laid it out on the table and saw the familiar slanting, tidy handwriting. And this is
Lee
not
Jordan.
Hagrid
It was
here.
Lee Jordan.
Yeah. And this is not Hagrid, so...
And he was the best friends with the Weasley twins, so never mind. That was my mistake. It's been forever since I've read the books.
Anyway, you're up here.
I feel really bad now that I mixed the two of them up.
Anyway, that doesn't really matter. I mean, I didn't remember who it actually was either. I just vaguely remembered that it wasn't him.
Okay, anyway. Oh, is it Hagrid's letter?
Yes.
Sorry! Dear Harry, how are you enjoying your first week at Hogwarts? I hope you are enjoying it a lot. How about you come over for tea this evening after dinner, and you can tell me all about it. Hagrid.
Not Harry smiled as he folded the letter and put it back in the envelope. Good old Not Hagrid.
What does it say, Harry?
Not Hermione questioned shyly. And he played with one of her smooth, lovely curls.
She's got frizzy hair.
Well, maybe Hermione does, but this is not Hermione, remember?
Oh, right.
Hagrid wants me to come over for tea, Not Harry reported excitedly. Would you all like to join me?
I'd love to.
Not Hermione replied sweetly. That sounds like fun. Not Dean Thomas responded eloquently. Could I come? Not Ronald asked tentatively after he had swallowed his Brussels sprouts. Not Harry, not Hermione, and not Dean Thomas exchanged a knowing look. And then Not Harry answered kindly, Of course you can. Not Ronald smiled gratefully before going back to his Brussels sprouts. When dinner finished, Not Harry got to his feet, and then he declared boldly, Let's go!
Office note. Blessings.
Die in a fire.
I'm just worried that I come off as vaguely racist because I mixed up the two predominant black characters in the Harry Potter books. I can't believe I mixed up Lee Jordan and Dean Thomas. I feel awful.
Were you about to say something there, Torgo?
I don't know. By this point, most of this stuff is already being addressed for me.